Hello, we're gonna do a reading. I tried to do this last night, tried to record it, 2 hours of recording, and just couldn't, didn't feel right, didn't feel 100%, and I just didn't feel comfortable posting it. So, and I realized this morning in watching my old readings that what I was reading was exactly the same as the last year and the year before that, okay? So there's something about that time period from 2023, 2024, when you may have been getting like indications or messages or promises or whatever from that time period of those things coming back around, which is a big reason why I haven't even felt called to do a reading. I've just been posting my old readings because for some reason, every time I go to rewatch it, whatever I'm talking about is exactly what is happening in that moment now, okay? But this collective, there's something really significant about a huge ego death, okay? And what they're showing me is whoever you are, one of the things that you really struggled with when it came to your insecurities was you would then overcompensate in public to make people believe the mask and the persona that you were trying to like put out there. Whoever you guys are, there's something about like having your own niche, okay? And I feel like this collective during this period of time, while you may have felt like you lost some sort of relationship or whatever, there was like a big loss in your life that you had a hard time letting go of, partially because of this ego death. Because this person was very much attached to that. So they're showing me somebody that like struggled with materialism really bad. And one of the things that you were actually insecure about was the fact that you were the one that maybe had money, okay? Or people, you had the most friends. It's like somehow you feel like these people that were around you would use you to get to these other things. So whether or not you were like paying for everything all the time, okay? But it's like that overcompensation of where whoever I'm speaking to, you would be like, yeah, I got all the money, and like just like overly putting out that information out there, and like then wondering why you're attracting people that take advantage of that. You know what I mean? So there's something about that, no longer wanting to have that around you. But I feel like this time you have actually been able to find your community while losing whatever it is that needed to go, okay? And it's because of the fact that that relationship left room for you to bring in some new relationship. Really, really, really important signs for whatever reason. Cherry, or cherries, Medusa, the Trojan horse, Trojan War, Helen of Troy, whoever you are. Also, the veil is very thin right now, so you could be receiving a lot of downloads if that is something that you practice. This could also be you entering into a period of life where you are welcoming spirituality a lot more, so you could be feeling a lot more connected. Chills in random places on the body or full body chills are letting you know how connected you're actually getting. They're trying to show you in physical forms, okay? So that, because I feel like there's something about like feeling crazy. Or you're in the middle of dealing with some situation where you're gonna find out who the wolf is, okay? The wolf that's been hiding in sheep's clothing. There's somebody that has been hiding in plain sight, and you are discovering who this person is. There's been a lot of baneful magic done by this person, whether or not that's just like the extreme hate that they feel towards the situation because of their own projections, okay? Or whether they have actually gone to somebody, which I feel like a majority, that's really what this is gonna be. Somebody that actually went to some sort of practitioner. Whoever you are realizing how connected you are, like I already brought up. But one of the things that's really important is, so like when you're waking up, you may be hearing like a lot of voices, a lot of noises, and it's like people talking over each other, okay? So what they're showing me is a council of people, and you're learning that your higher self is actually a super important person, because I feel like whoever you are, you're realizing that the lessons that you've gone through in life were to put you into that Hierophant energy where you were then a teacher to guide other people along this journey, okay? You're the one that's starting whatever path this is. And I feel like it could also have to do with whatever niche I was talking about as well. There's a sort of ripping off of the Band-Aid moment coming for this collective. Whatever this represents, it could have to do with that wolf in sheep's clothing energy. Whatever this is, there is going to be a declaration that you are no longer allowing that in your life, okay? But that has to take place. So the other thing is that you have been expecting this. You've been waiting for this and anticipating it. And it's like these emotions have just been bubbling. And you've almost been energetically blocking this from coming in because you don't want to deal with it. And at this point, you're reaching the point where you're like, you know what? Let's just get it over with and get this out the way so that I can move on with my life, okay? So there's something about a conversation that's going to be coming towards you where you are going to be declaring that you are no longer allowing that back and forth energy into your life. I don't know if I've got Santa Muerte trying to reach out to me or what, but twice in the last 2 weeks, I have randomly, which I do not have this music in my phone, nor the album or anything, haven't even listened to it, had songs from Coco start playing on my phone out of nowhere. This morning it was Un Poco Loco, which, like I said at the beginning of this, somebody may feel like a little crazy right now, okay? So I don't know. I feel like this collective also could be trying to figure out who's on their team when it comes to like different deities. That could be that council energy that I was kind of feeling. I feel like there's something really important though about meetings right now, okay? And in like a different realm, like when you're sleeping. So there's also something really important about the prayer as I lay me down to sleep. Bunch of different songs that I didn't even realize all had like variations of that prayer in it. So I feel like they're really emphasizing protection work before you go to sleep. And it can be something as simple as that prayer and asking for to be watched over. So something really important about that, because I do feel like this collective, as the veil is so thin and you're going more into this awakening and raising your vibration, I feel like when you're sleeping, you are a lot more vulnerable. And so like one of the things that I've talked about over the last couple of years is a creator a long time ago brought up the fact that they're like, your soul travels when you're asleep. Do you think that your soul is just going to lay in this body here and just be like, okay, can't wait for us to wake up? Like, no, they go exploring, they go looking in different realms, okay? So your body, you're more vulnerable to getting like different attachments or attacks from things that are beyond our control is what I'm hearing, okay? So there's something really important about asking for protection when you go to sleep. Also, your dreams are telling you a lot. One of the dreams that I experienced was this woman coming to me about her boyfriend and asking if he was cheating on her. Never had an interaction with this person, okay? And part of it, I feel like, is because I did a bad job at protecting myself over the last couple weeks when it comes to sleeping. So she was able to get into my dream space. However, the way that I reacted with this girl was relevant to 2 years ago, same dream, different person, basically, okay? So there's a need for you to step into a more divine feminine energy when there's a situation coming around of somebody asking for some advice or help in a situation that I feel like you were also in, and they know that, because somehow whoever this third party is that both of you are connected to, that's the person that this is in question about, okay? And I feel like it's really important for you to be very gentle and kind and warm to whoever this person is, okay? Somebody feels very compelled to tell you something, or you feel compelled to tell somebody something, I don't know. There's also something about being vindicated or vindication. And the song that I'm going to be playing is Chase Matthew, Darlin'. Something about Christmas in July is really important. I meant to mention that as well when I was going through the different signs and syncs. Hawks are really important as well. Groundhogs or woodchucks are very important. Groundhog Day could be very important as well. There's like a whole talking portion before, so we're going to talk about last night's reading. It was To Fix What You Didn't Break by Nate Smith. I thought I'd done a reading to the song, but I guess not. I couldn't find it. It gave me the indication that the last 10 years, there's something about that, the significance in relationships during that time period. Also, there is like this hopelessness energy, and your team is wanting you to release whatever that negative thought pattern is, where you feel like you come with too much baggage that somebody wouldn't love and accept you exactly as you are, okay? I feel like a big part of that is because of that ego death that you're experiencing, where you are constantly overcompensating for those insecurities by projecting yourself in a completely different manner than the way that you felt on the inside, or maybe even the way that things were going in your life. You could have over-exaggerated situations, over-exaggerated money, over-exaggerated the way that somebody wanted you, like whatever it was. There's just something about that release of the energy and accepting and loving yourself as you are. And realizing that you have a community of people around you, or the hopelessness, as the star literally is like inverted, but like mostly reversed, okay? I feel like this collective here felt like they were juggling a lot of things in their life. They felt like there was this sort of like balancing act of like, I have to do this, and I've got to help this person, and I've got to make this decision, and I've got to be here, okay? And I feel like there was just a lot of imbalance in that energy. There's a really big decision that needs to be made here with the Two of Swords and the Lovers coming out together. There's something that you really need to look at. Whatever this is could be keeping you stuck in this energy here when it comes to anxiety and restlessness and possible depression, sleepless nights, insomnia, that sort of energy. Whatever this is a fated cycle, okay? But it is coming to an end. And why? Because of the fact that you are in this energy of really looking at how you want your future to look, the things that you want to bring in your life, and realizing that whatever this is isn't bringing that in for you, okay? especially this energy with being stuck in like, it's like this lack of luster, especially about yourself, okay? And I feel like there's this need at confirmation for this sort of rejuvenation energy. We got the King of Wands with the Knight of Wands. Whoever you are, I said, I feel like you were put in a position where you're really seen. You're really looked to for advice and whatever, but I feel like there was a really egotistical energy with this energy. Sometimes being put in a position of power, if you don't know what to do with it, you're going to really struggle because people are going to boost you in the wrong ways and you're going to think that those things matter, especially if you're in an immature energy, okay? I feel like this collective really had to experience growth when it came to that masculine energy. Whoever you are, I feel like you're realizing that that's a lot of the reason why you feel very guarded at this point in your life, okay? It needs to be balance in that. A leader understands that sometimes, okay, so they're showing me the teacher is silent during the test. So there's something about that where you may have been struggling with that over control in situations, okay? And this left you feeling really close to burnout. This left you feeling like you had too much weight to carry. That Knight of Wands energy, though, as you step more into a healthy energy with that King of Wands, you realize that those lessons that you experienced were because of the fact that you were put in this position, okay? This is a position of honor to me. The King of Wands energy is somebody that was actually chosen to be in that position. You were handpicked and created for that. And like, I've talked about this in a reading sometime in the last 2 months, where it's that realization that all of these events had to occur in order for you to even be here, let alone in the position that you are, okay? And I feel like there's this realization of that with the Knight of Wands. It's like realizing that you can use these lessons to ascend yourself so that you can step into that position where you are actually guiding people through life, okay? There's a lot of transformation in this energy here. The Sun on the bottom of the deck. Are you kidding me? So much growth. And the ego death that you're experiencing, I know it's painful. But the way that you're about to feel about yourself and the relationships that are going to be entering your life here, because of the fact that here you are going through your awakening, ascending, realizing the role that you played and the things that you experienced. What is that? So there's victory over some sort of situation. And again, I'm hearing that like vindicated energy here. When it came to some sort of betrayal situation, whatever this is coming in fast here. The fact that the Eight of Wands got in front of the Two of Pentacles now. There is going to be this sort of feeling like you need to defend yourself, standing your ground in a situation that left you feeling out in the cold, left you feeling very insecure, okay? Whatever the situation was, this is what made you feel like you had this balancing act. Like you couldn't even do things for yourself because you had to take care of all these other things. So with the Hangman, with that Judgment energy, there's this sort of realization that a sacrifice needs to be made in order for you to really step into this vibrant energy that you want to, okay? And I feel like it's dealing with some sort of situation that really left you feeling stabbed in the back. Whatever this is a repeated cycle for this collective. I feel like whatever this was, with the Three of Pentacles being in reverse with the situation, it's like that lack of effort from people, okay? And this could be from the community. You might feel very used right now. That is also something that Five of Pentacles energy can represent, is like that feeling of depleted, along with the Three of Pentacles being in reverse. So it's like that lack of team effort from people. And I feel like whatever cycle is about to enter your life, once you release this thought pattern that you're having, because I feel like that's your biggest block here, okay? There is going to be a lot of transformation and walking away from things that no longer serve you in order to bring this into your life. Here's the thing though. What I'm getting from this, at the beginning of this, I talked about the Trojan horse, okay? I'm also getting something about all that glitters isn't gold. There could be something about the outsiders. I got a sign about that yesterday, and I have been talking about that for a while. Okay? In that, there's something about nothing gold stays, or I don't know what that is that Ponyboy says, whatever, okay? But I just kind of get this indication that there is some sort of offer that may be coming towards you, and I don't feel like whatever this is, that the work is going to be getting put in on the other parties. And maybe you even realize that this isn't even something that you want to invest in, okay? And I feel like there's this word of caution. Something might seem better than it actually is, okay? What? Interesting here. We got the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse that just fell on the ground there, okay? So there's something that might be coming towards this collective that seems like a stable offer, or like somebody really presenting you with something, but like not all that glitters is gold, you guys. I feel like whatever this was, there was greediness involved with this. There was a lot of materialism. Funny that I talked about that. There was a lot of taking advantage of a situation, and it was a really bad investment for this collective. And I feel like you guys are making plans to move this away, but that is a big reason of why you're feeling this lack of hope in a sort of situation, or like you're feeling this lack of luster, and it's because you were being taken advantage of in some sort of situation, and there needs to be this moving away from whatever it is in order to set into this energy, as the Emperor is literally below that. With that energy, making plans in order to move yourself in a different direction so that you can set into this divine masculine energy where you are sitting in a position of power, but you are using your control to in a way that is beneficial to everybody and not just for you, okay? And the fact that the sun was right underneath that, there is such an ego death with this collective. I am actually very proud of this collective, okay? I don't feel like this realization was very easy to have, but the amount of emotional stability that you're about to experience from whatever this is, you made a bad call, okay? They're telling me that it's a bad day, not a bad life. I don't know. There's just something about that energy with that hopelessness where it's like one thing doesn't equal all these bad things, if that makes sense. Just because something happened once doesn't mean that it's going to happen again. There's just this energy. You know what they're showing me is how babies don't have the knowledge to understand that like something isn't forever, if that makes sense. I don't remember what the term is, but I feel like this collective kind of struggled with that. And there could be some sort of abandonment wound with whatever these insecurities are, okay? Yeah, that Nine of Swords energy here, this restlessness. I feel like you feel like there's a lot of voices in your head as well. You may also feel like there's a lot of people trying to tell you what to do, feeling very stuck right now. Like all of this sword energy, the amount of mental gunk that I feel like this collective has experienced. Again, that Six of Wands coming out. There is just something coming towards you, and I really feel like there is a need for you to really sit with whatever this is, because I feel like if you accept it, this is what it's going to leave you doing every single time, okay? And it's like that realization that there needs to be a sacrifice made. I didn't even notice that Nate Smith, Fix What You Didn't Break was playing, okay? Really feel like this collective has been keeping themselves stuck in a situation because you haven't been listening to what your higher self and your gut has been telling you. And it's really important that you actually pay attention to what you're being told when the situation comes towards you, because it's riddled with codependency, riddled with things and toxicity that you don't need around you, okay? And then we get the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. I also feel like this is an indication of the growth when it comes to the maturity level from that Page to Wands energy. This could also be how you dealt with situations in the past. I feel like you could have been in this very wanting to be free sort of energy. This could have been like a player sort of energy that you experienced, okay? And every time this was leaving you in these sort of situations, okay? Thinking that you were too good for things, I don't know. But I feel like there's a big release in this energy because you're realizing that it always leads to this. It always leads to you feeling like you have all this crap around you. I said something about there's going to be a lot of emotional stability entering this collective's life with Justice underneath that, and then the King of Pentacles. As you change from this energy to this energy, I really feel like you step into more of that vibrant energy as the King of Wands, where you are seen as somebody who can make good decisions and lead people in the right direction, okay? With the Wheel of Fortune coming out, there is destiny at work with the situation. There's some sort of fated event that's going to be coming towards this collective. I feel like there's this need to, 444, as I'm about to say this, there's a need for you to really take a step back and think and look at this situation for what it is that is coming towards you, because the impulsivity that you possessed in the past led to this feeling like you have all these burdens and all this crap that somebody is going to have to accept. And I say that in a sarcastic manner, okay? So there's this need for you to step out of that energy and really, really become clear and decisive about the decisions that you're making. Take your time. take your time. We got the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Cups coming out here. There are friends coming towards you. There's family coming towards you. There's so much love and warmth and abundance coming towards this collective, okay? Ten of Cups and the Queen of Cups, somebody that has so much warmth and love and gentle energy coming towards this collective. The Four of Wands landing on top of that. Are you joking me? Feelings are coming to surface for this collective. Somebody is about to take some sort of inspired action. They feel very passionately about this collective. Ten of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Are you actually kidding me? Somebody feels like you fixed what somebody else broke, okay? It's because of the fact though, and we literally got the King of Pentacles that came out. You're stepping into this fatherly, stable, mature energy, okay? You're stepping into an energy that accepts love and knows how to nurture it. And I feel like that's why this is coming towards you. There is so much love and abundance and stability. It's like everything that you've ever wanted coming towards you. Whatever this situation is that you're dealing with, okay, there's going to be, it's like a giving back sort of energy. The Seven of Swords in reverse, it can be about strategy as well, okay? But I feel like whatever this represents, whatever wound was reopened in order for you to be able to close this cycle out, these cycles, 10-10, okay? Closing these cycles out, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Ending these betrayal cycles and really, when situations come towards you, really looking at it for what it is and seeing if it is for you or not. And making decisions and being clear and decisive about those decisions is going to welcome in this energy where you have someone coming towards you with feelings and emotions, and where you're able to sit into an energy where you're inviting this energy in and you're taking care of it. Like, there's something about this though, where it's like this reader is talking about the future when it comes to this sort of family energy, okay? And I am hearing, I didn't even know the Queen of Swords was under here, and I said getting clear and decisive, and anyway, I feel like there's something about, you were shown that there was going to be some sort of really special connection. I just feel like with that Seven of Swords, there's this like going about a situation in a different way, and needing to strategize about it. I also feel like there's this indication that this collective is realizing that a part of the reason that they've been stuck in the cycle and keeping themselves stuck from going towards things that they wanted or stepping into an energy where they're welcoming these things and being in a stable energy is because of the fact that they were sitting in this defeated energy where they didn't think that they deserved these things that were coming towards them, okay? And it's like rethinking that thought process, changing the narrative into thinking that you are deserving of these things and these things will be entering your life, and that the coming of that energy actually being able to come around because there's room for it, okay? Anything else? As I'm talking about it, getting out of this hopelessness energy with the star being inverted here, okay? Finding hope again. I feel like there's somebody that is coming into your life in order to give you advice, but I also feel like I brought up at the very beginning of this, you are realizing that the things that you experienced in your life up until this point were to put you in this position in order for you to lead and guide other people on this path, on this journey. The thing that you paved the way for because of the things that you experienced, okay? I am so proud of you for recognizing these things that you need to let go of. If you don't want to repeat these cycles anymore and you want to move into an energy where you can help other people avoid these things, then you need to make sure that you are not acting impulsively and you're really assessing what is coming towards you so that it doesn't lead you into a situation where you feel trapped and like you can't get out of it, or you're having restless and sleepless nights, okay? Yeah, we're gonna end it there. I love you guys. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Bye.